Masters of duct tape, cardboard, and hot glue. The DIY Costume Squad.
Hey, I'm Dustin. Welcome to DIY Costume Squad. We're going to be making your favorite costumes and characters. Today I'm going to be starting with a classic. It's the Ghostbusters outfit from the original Ghostbusters films and the Proton Pack and the wand. I love this costume. It's one of my favorites of all time. Here's a good kind of front view of it. You've got the suit, obviously. This is a flight suit. But then we're going to move into the Proton Pack. This thing is so complicated and cool. It's lots of knobs, lots of tubes, some blinking lights even, which I might attempt to do. And then, of course, it attaches to the wand. I'm going to show you the quick and dirty version, and I'm going to base this whole thing off of a paint suit, a white painter suit. This is about $9. I'm going to spray paint this with some tan spray paint. This was $4. Okay, that's all dry, looking pretty good. So I'm going to move on to the patches. I'll just make those on some white tape and just draw on the details. I sketched the whole thing out freehand just by looking at the picture with some pencil. Now I'm going to fill in the black and the red with some permanent markers. Basically goes halfway down the right arm. Now I'm going to make the name tag. They just have a patch that's black with red letters, so I'm going to use some black tape and use a white paint pen to write out the letters and then go over that with some red marker. Yeah. Combat boots, all right. Okay, moving on to the Proton Pack. Lots of little parts here, but let's start with the basics, which is a backpack. This was $7 at a thrift store. Probably just start with a base out of cardboard. So to get the basic layout here, I'm going to start with the round element, perfect for a pie tin. So I found one for $3, and you can always find these at thrift stores. All right, these straps are ready to be attached, but first I'm gonna paint them green. So I got this green spray paint for $4. And while I'm at it, I'll paint the back of this thing black. Okay, those are painted, so I'm just gonna attach these straps. So use some hot glue. Okay, time to build the rest of this out. We've got a lot of stuff here. Any shape that I want to make that I don't have something for, I can make out of craft foam. And you can get a pack of this thick EVA foam. These are floor mats, and this is $9 for a pack of 4 of these. And this stuff is so awesome. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up making a lot of customized shapes by cutting up this foam. Okay, before I go too much further, I'm going to make this thing light up. So I got some LED lights. These were $4 each. Secret hatch. Okay, there we go. Screw access. So you can replace the batteries. And we can access them secretly to turn them off and on. There's some very specific shapes on here. So I bought these 4 washers. These were 60 cents each. So those go on here, and this little threaded connector that goes right in the middle. You can get this at the hardware store. It was 80 cents. That's going to end up going here. So now I can just draw out my shapes and know exactly where to make the holes. Looks pretty ugly, but they're going to be covered. We'll never know. The thing with hot glue is it can use itself to hook onto things. So on the inside, I'm just going to add an extra layer so the hot glue is kind of like holding on. That's cool. Okay, now I'm gonna glue it on. Okay, so for the little nub, I'm gonna use that threaded piece, make a little top for it. And put it right here in the middle. Everybody got 2 pennies? Thank you. Okay, so the bottom half, the cyclotron, is pretty much complete. So I'm gonna work my way up I'm gonna try and just do this a little bit more quick and dirty. Using a lot of those containers that I have and just making pieces out of craft foam. Working my way up. Gold duct tape. This is perfect. All right, cool. Well, it's kind of a small detail, but for some reason, these specific shapes are really iconic to me for the Proton Pack. So I'm gonna take the PVC and add 2 pipes here to the bottom. Cool. So I just made a stack of these to make a little block here. The reason I wanted it to be really, really solid is that this is the area where you actually attach the wand that I'm gonna make later. I'm gonna use this chain lock that you put on a door, and this was $7. So later on, I'll attach that to the wand. I'm gonna mask off a few areas that I don't wanna paint on top of, and then we'll do primer, and then we'll do paint. Okay, looking pretty awesome now that it's black. Time to move on to the wand. So I'm gonna use some of the PVC that I have. They're sort of offset, and then there's like a cool box sort of thing in the middle. I'm gonna build the box pieces out of just some this kind of thicker EVA foam. Should be nice and easy to just kind of make the shape I want. Hey, this is like part of an old flashlight. Might be just the thing. Okay, this is ready for paint. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add on some of the wires. You can buy wire by the foot. It's 22 cents a foot, and I got about 6 feet. I got a pack of cheap tap lights. I only need 1 of them, but this 3-pack was only $10. I bet I could chop off the sides of this, make it triangular, and then, yeah, look at that. All right, so that way you can open it, turn on your light, and close it, just like that. Okay, so just a little bit of red wire, and from one to the other. Now all we gotta do is attach this to the pack itself, using some more flex tubing. Oh yeah. One last thing I'm gonna do here is just add in some little metal details with a silver marker, just around some of the edges to make it look like it's been really worn. Okay, I think that's everything. Last thing you really need is a black t-shirt. It can be any black t-shirt, but of course I'm gonna wear a Ghostbusters t-shirt. So let's try this whole thing on. Who are you gonna call? It's Dustin, the Ghostbuster. Yes! I'm so happy with the way this turned out, especially the pack, of course, with all of my fancy light action. As you can see, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this suit itself. It was all about the Proton Pack and the wand. That's where I put most of my time and energy. I ended up spending about maybe $80 total, but like I said before, you could go all out and make a very elaborate version of this, including the $45 suit, so it would cost even more. This was the quick and dirty version, but I really wanted to get the pack right, and I think I did. So yeah, this looks pretty cool, using mostly craft foam, a lot of miscellaneous junk. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time, so it was so much fun making this DIY build. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what other DIY builds you want to see us make. Be sure and subscribe. Back off, man. I'm a scientist. Whoop, there goes the ghost.